What's up, guys? My name is Alan, and welcome to my channel, Alan Architectural. So, without wasting much time, we are going to continue off from wherever we stopped off in our previous episode. So, in this episode, we are going to be doing a lot of work. All right. So, I'm not going to waste much time. If this is your first time watching this video, make sure you go back and follow from the previous episodes that I'll be dropping, and make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be bringing out more series in Revit for beginners like this in Ghana and in Africa. All right, so we are going to take off from wherever we stopped off in our previous episode. Let's be quick about whatever we are going to do. So this was the lines we drew out to at least get the concept of our hotel design we'll be doing in Revit as beginners. So we are going to start, we are pretty much just going to start placing in our walls. All right, so first of all, I'm going to check the level. I'm going to check my one of my elevation views. You can see you have your elevation views here. We have the east, north, south, and I'm in the east elevation right here. You can actually see that on this ribbon right here. So I'm on my east elevation. I'm just going to check some things. So we have our ground level, ground floor, mezzanine, first floor, second, and we have third, fourth, and then the roof as well. So I'm going to go into my ground level, and then I'm going to start placing in my walls. So I'm just going to do the outer walls, the exterior walls, and then the internal walls. I'm going to also do that as well. So I'm going to start off with the exterior walls in this video. It's pretty much going to be a simple procedure. So you just have to move into your architecture tab. Make sure you're in the architecture tab. If you can't see your wall, then it means maybe you're in the structure tab. All right, so make sure you click on the architecture tab, and then you click on wall. All right, so when you open that wall up, it's pretty much very simple procedure. So we want to make sure our location line is on wall center line. Perfect. And then one of the very things we are going to check, all right, we have our top constraint which says is unconnected, which means our wall is automatically going to draw at an unconnected height of 8,000 millimeters. That's about 8 meters, and we don't want that. We want our wall to go all the way up to, we want our walls to go, the exterior walls, we want it to go all the way up. We want those walls to go all the way up from the ground level to the mezzanine floor. All right, so we don't want it to end on the ground floor. It's not any work. We want our walls, we are going to draw our walls from the ground level, which is here, to the mezzanine floor, which is this level right here, 4,500 millimeters. So I'm going to go into my ground level again, and then I'm going to select my wall very much, and then I have my top constraint here. So I'm going to click on the drop down menu right here, and then I'm going to select my mezzanine floor. Now you can see the unconnected height has automatically changed to 4,500 millimeters. If you could remember, we saw that in our elevation view. All right, I don't want to go back there. It's going to take off my wall. All right, so now I'm going to go into my wall in here. Revit has some walls installed for you. We have exterior block on metal stud. We are not going to use any of that. I'm going to rather create my own wall for this tutorial right here. So I'm going to pick the generic 200, and then I'm going to move into edit type. When I go into edit type, you have a pop-up menu. Very simple. Now guys, this is very important. Make sure you always duplicate your file. All right, make sure you duplicate. It's very important. If you don't duplicate, because of we are going to be creating several walls inside this series, so it's going to be a daunting process. Make sure you always duplicate. All right, anytime you go into the edit type, make sure you always duplicate and create a new version of actually the same thing. All right, so we are going to create a duplicate of that wall right here. A duplicate means a copy of that wall. So I'm going to create a copy. It's going to make me call my copy. I'm going to call this exterior one. I'm going to call this exterior one. I'm going to call this exterior one. And then when that is done, you can go into your structure tab. When you move into your structure tab, you can go into edit. When you move into edit, we are going to insert layers. All right, our wall just has only one layer, which is the structure. All right, and it doesn't even have a material specified to it. and it has a thickness of about 200. So I'm going to insert more layers into that. I'm going to insert one more because I want one to show on the exterior, and then I want one to show in the interior as well. So I'm going to move this up. I'm going to move this up to 1, and then we have this core boundary, which means this is now above this, and then I'm going to move this one down. I'm going to move it down. I'm going to move this down. So this is down. So I'm creating some sort of like a sandwich. It's just like I'm just making a sandwich, and then I'm placing this in the middle, this at the back, this in the front. All right, it's very simple. I hope you guys understand this process. So I have my structure thickness, my structure 1. Now when you click on that, you're going to have a drop down menu where you can insert pretty much anything you are working on, a membrane layer, a thermal air layer. That's if you're working on, you want to show some more details on your design. So I'm going to leave that as structure 1, and then with the material, we are going to specify a material to it. This is a beginner's tutorial, so we pretty much want to do everything other than what we did in my previous series in the 2-story building. So we are going to look for a material. Let's just look for concrete. Let's just look for concrete in there, and we are going to use the concrete masonry units. For the foreground, I want you guys, no, let me cancel that. I'm not going to use the concrete. I'm going to use the cast in situ. All right, I'm going to use the cast in situ. Now make sure you check use render appearance. All right, make sure you check that, because we're rendering as well. We want to appreciate what we are doing, so make sure you check the use render appearance. Now let's go into the appearance tab. Now you have to hold on a little bit. Revit is updating. It's going to give us, okay, so this is how our concrete is going to look like. All right, this is how it's going to look like. So we have that in there, and we can actually check the tints, make it more darker. It's concrete. All right, and we can add some bumps, but it's not going to be visible in what we are doing, because this is going to be sandwiched by an interior surface and all that. So we have specified our material for that. So we are going to click on apply and hit on OK in there, and then with the structure 1, we are going to change that to finish 2. All right, we are going to change that to finish 2, and then we are going to change this to finish 1. All right, now with the finish 2, it means that that's what is going to appear on our exterior. All right, if I'm correct, but we are going to render that to C, because that thing usually confuses me a lot of times. So with the finish 1, it's supposed to appear in the interior. All right, that one is going to appear in the interior side of the wall, and then with this, is going to appear on the exterior side of the wall. So let's just specify a material for our exterior part of the wall. Our exterior part, I think I'm just going to leave that. I'm going to give it which materials else can I use for this? AC materials. All right, so with the exterior part of the wall, I'm going to give it a plaster. All right, I'm going to give it a plaster, and let me load this in wall texture. Let me load the plaster in here, and let me load the gypsum wallboard in as well. I'm going to be using that. No, it's already loaded in. It said it has an already existing gypsum wallboard, so I'm going to cancel out of that. So I'm going to search over here plaster. All right, and you can see it was already loaded in. So I'm going to use this plaster right here. I'm going to use render appearance, and then make sure you check the render appearance, and then you move into the appearance tab. When you move into the appearance tab, you have to hold on a little bit. Revit is updating to give us a view or a preview of what that is going to look like. So let's just hold on a little bit for it to updating. It's pretty much taking very long. It's taking very long. Let's just wait a minute. All right, so we have our plaster in there. It's actually white. All right, okay, so we have our plaster in there. Make sure you check your reflectivity, and we don't want to tint that, but we want to leave the bumps in there, because I'm even going to change some of the things to a curtain wall. You guys are going to see that. So make sure you hit apply and hit on OK, and then we are going to give it a thickness of about 20 mm, and then we are going to give this finish one, which is going to appear in the interior side, a gypsum wallboard. Yes, let's use the gypsum wallboard. Let me just search plaster, and then it's going to give me that. Make sure you check that in a gypsum wallboard. We have our bumps in there, reflectivity, and then I'm going to hit on apply, and I'm going to hit on OK. I'm also going to give it a thickness of about 20 mm, and then I'm going to hit on OK. When I hit on OK, we have that in there. So the width of our wall is about 240 mm, which is okay. So we are going to hit on OK in here, and then we are going to draw with the exterior parts of our wall. Now we've already checked our top constraint, which is going all the way up to the mezzanine floor, and its unconnected height is about 4,500. We are good. So I think we can go ahead and draw our wall, guys. So just follow through with the line pathing we did in here. We're just going to follow through with that. We're going to leave this in here, go in here as well, come all the way here. So you can see I'm just clicking through into my lines that I drew, just the exterior parts, guys. So just move all the way to this part as well, and then we're going to move all the way here, and we're going to come in here, and we're going to move in here as well, and also come in here, and one more in here. So hit the escape key. So we've drawn our wall in here, but I want this wall to be curved. All right, it should have a curve because this is our main entrance. I want to create some sort of like a curve in there, or I should leave it probably this way. Nope, I'm going to create a curve in there. I'm going to create a curve in there. So I've just cancelled out of my wall, so I'm going to click back on my wall, and then I'm going to want to take this one, start. Make sure you pick this one up. The start end radius arc is just right beneath the straight line one. So we are going to pick this one, and we are going to click on this, and then move to this end point in here, and then we're going to create it about, we're going to move it about 90 degrees. All right, no, let's just click on that. Yes, so we are okay. We are going to leave it in here, and then we are going to delete this wall out of there. We are going to delete this wall out of there. Okay, guys, then we are going to rather delete this wall out of there. We are going to leave it as it is. Now let's move into the 3D view. So to move into the 3D view, you just have to find this ribbon right here, and then you click on the thing that looks like a building. All right, it's just a tiny little building. We are going to click on that, and we are going to look in our 3D view. Our elevation markers is kind of like annoying me right now, so I'm going to hide all out of that in Revit. So I've selected all. Make sure you don't select your wall in the 3D view. So I've selected all my elevation markers. So let me show you guys how you can do that. So you can actually click on this cube right here. You can turn it into a safer side, but you can turn it also to a safer side where you have all your elevation markers. But it looks like my building is way much longer than that. So I'm just going to get into an advantage point here, and I can select all my elevation markers. Then you hit the shortcut EH to hide all those elevation markers out of there. So I have my exterior, my wall created, my outline for this hotel building is right in here. So I'm just panning around a little bit. I'm going to release some shadows on this. I'm going to put in some shadows. So you just have to move your mouse pointer to these tabs right here, and then you're going to find this shadow off. You can turn it on, or you can move into your properties panel. If you're not finding, you can't see what is in here, you can move into your properties panel, then go to graphic display options, click on edit. When you click on edit, you can move this to the center, and then you just click on the drop down menu for shadows, and then you can cast a shadow on it, hit on apply, and then hit on OK. So we have some shadows created in there. I'm really appreciating how our design is coming out at the moment. Very beautiful. So I'm going to go back into my ground level. So you can see in your east elevation you have your wall in there. So I'm going to go back into my ground level. So we're going to pretty much start creating the interior walls as well. We are going to start with the interior walls as well, but we are going to do that in our next episode. All right, it's going to be about the interior walls on our ground floor. So make sure you guys practice along with wherever we have gotten to in this video. If you find challenges, you can send me an email. My email is in my link in the description, or you can find that in my bio. All right, so make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out. I'm still working real hard on a Saturday. A future I don't see from a mile away.